sending letters already. So that was a primary goal of this, was to get every state in the nation to stand up and say this is unacceptable. We have the pleasure of having Congressman Nunes in-house today, and this is the guy, he is our patriot. He is the patriot of the Central Valley, and I'm so sick of seeing politicians. It really, really makes me glad to see someone who actually supports the people and realizes that he's here as a representative of ours. So I would like to give the biggest warm welcome to the patriot of the Central Valley, Devin Nunes.
Things are really bad. Yes, things are really bad. And things are going to get worse. But with that comes opportunity. And as you all know, our Constitution provides that opportunity, but it takes the people standing up, like you guys are doing now, to do what's right. And if you don't think that you've made a difference, let me tell you something. The last few weeks, I've been getting postcards and letters from all over the country. And it took me a couple of days to figure out what on earth is going on. Where are these people from Tennessee? And then I finally figured out they were attending these rallies just like this. And at each rally, I was getting anywhere from 50 to, I got as many as 200 postcards or emails from one rally, actually in Tennessee. So there's people from all over the country who are now aware of this issue. And let me be clear about what has to be done about this water issue here in California. Because you hear a lot about the Delta smelt, the little fish. You hear a lot about all the fish species that the farmers are supposedly killing and the farm workers are killing. But let me tell you what was done in 2003. In 2003 in New Mexico, the city of Albuquerque had a similar situation where they were cut off of water because of a little fish called the silvery minnow. Okay? It's the same size as the Delta smelt. And in 2003, the two senators from New Mexico came together and they said, enough is enough. The city of Albuquerque needs water. The Congress, you wrote the Endangered Species Act. You have to change it. You have to exempt it because the people of Albuquerque need water. And the senators, not only did they push the amendment through, the amendment passed by what's called unanimous consent. That means it wasn't even argued on the Senate floor. It just came up and it was passed the Senate, and then it went over to the House of Representatives, and there was only a handful of people that voted no. And the water was turned back on in 2003 for the people of Albuquerque, New Mexico. That happened. It's supposed to work. The government writes a law and the government can change a law. The government can make an exemption for a law. But here in this state, when the pumps were turned off here in the last year, Senator DeMint from South Carolina, because we couldn't get our own senators here to do anything, Senator DeMint went to the United States Senate, brought up an amendment, and our two senators acted like they didn't know what was going on, that they had never seen anything like this before, that this couldn't happen. You're exactly right, they were lying. They knew that this was done in 2003, but because this radical movement that started in the Bay Area, started in the San Francisco Bay Area, this radical environmental movement that began there, we're now paying the price for it. And our senators and too many of our politicians in this state are beholden to that radical environmental movement. Right. But one thing that you all give me hope for is that there's more of you guys than there are of this radical environment. And I don't know how many of you were there, but it was amazing to me that on July 4th, in my hometown of Tulare, you guys were there, some of you were there. There was like well over 10,000 people that were there. had reported that there was over 10,000 people there. And they make fun of this movement, they make fun of all these Americans that have come out from all over the country. But let me tell you something. Let that be, take that as a badge of honor. That they're making fun of this movement because you showed on, what was it, 2 weeks ago on Tuesday, actually my daughter was born on the election day, but in New Jersey and Virginia they made it different. And we have a chance to do the same thing next November, and it starts right here in the San Joaquin Valley. So I want to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for continuing to fight, because I will continue to fight on your behalf as long as I have good people behind me like you all. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Devin.